Because maritime industry is driven very much by technology, application of equipment, solutions, systems yang high-tech dan juga serba canggih dan sebagainya. Ini sejajar dengan kepentingan sektor maritim sebagai pemudah cara utama dagangan dunia. 90% of global trade is carried by kapal. Orang Tengah ni nak sebut L hujung. Silent L macam French. Kapal. 90% of global trade is carried by ships. Maknanya boleh dikatakan 90% daripada barang yang ada kat dalam hall ni, daripada mikrofon ni, daripada kasut murah made in China yang Ejang Profesor pakai ni, daripada all the fittings in the auditorium, the paneling, the shoes that you wear, the bags that you carry, the laptops that you use, 90% of them are carried by ships. And without shipping, you could say that the world economy will be paralyzed. And also half of the world will go hungry sebab tak ada makanan. And the other half probably will go cold because especially now in Western countries kan sejuk lah ni. So they depend on gas and also oil to power their power station to generate heat for them. So kepentingan sektor ekonomi kepada global trade and also economy cannot be overemphasized. And you are all majoring in a field which will ensure the continuity of this very important activity called shipping, which is supported by so many other different things, and one of them is shipbuilding and ship repair. Sebab kapal-kapal ni adalah penting yang ships are designed properly, and also they are well maintained to ensure that they can carry their functions, mengangkat kargo dan juga menjalankan segala aktiviti, especially in the context of the offshore oil and gas industry, kan? Anyone sini yang ada mak ayah tok nenek kerja dekat oil and gas industry? Anyone working in oil rigs? Brother baju kuning? Ada dalam your family member kerja in the oil and gas industry? Tak ada. Pam minyak dekat Petronas? Tak ada. Oh. Itu pun oil and gas industry juga. They call it downstream. But you know how important it is, right? Agak-agak the energy sector contributes berapa persen kepada ekonomi Malaysia? Adik baju belang? Baru keluar penjara ke? Oh. Berapa persen agak-agak industri minyak dan gas contribute kepada ekonomi Malaysia? Industri kopok leko je 1%. Oh, ada 99% lagi. Berapa agak-agak? 80. Oh. Boleh lah. Tapi taklah sampai 80, more like 25%. So 25% of our economy is generated by oil and gas industry. Dan di mana minyak dijumpa di Malaysia? Minyak dan gas? A di Sungai Takeh, B di bawah Jabatan Losong. Agak jumpa kat mana? Yes, ada yang buat tu tutup mulut tu, kena bersin. Kat mana kebanyakan minyak dan gas dijumpa di Malaysia? Sabah, Sarawak. Mu ni orang Terengganu. Kat Terengganu tak ada minyak gas. Where are they found? Okay, Sabah, Sarawak of course ada. Tapi where are they found? Are they found on land, onshore ke offshore? Offshore. Okay, maknanya di pesisir, maknanya di laut dalam. Right? So, macam mana all these oil rigs are all mounted over there and erected over there kalau tak ditunda dengan kapal tak ada sebut L hujung. Okay, so now you see how important it is, not just in terms of mengangkat kargo but also in terms of facilitating all these activities to enable the production and also exploration of oil and gas. Sebelum kau rig minyak dengan gas, you kena explore dulu lah. Kan? So that means you have to find out where they are. So you need to send your seismic vessels untuk cari minyak, make sure that there is a decent amount of deposit untuk justify the huge amount of capital expenditure untuk melaburkan minyak, untuk mencari minyak di laut dalam. So because the cost of finding oil and also developing an oil field offshore can come close to around 1 billion ringgit. So that's a huge amount of money which is required. And all this cannot be possible without this industry yang kita panggil shipbuilding and ship repair. So kita akan guna the term SBSR untuk describe this industry yang teramat penting ini. And why this is important? And at the end of this lecture, berapa lama saya dapat masa, Dr. Nizam? 1 jam saya nak 5 jam ada 300 slide ni untuk menidurkan semua orang hari ni. So I hope at the end of this lecture you'll be able to be enlightened, maknanya adalah sedikit maklumat mengenai industri yang kita panggil SBSR ini, shipbuilding dan ship repair. Shipbuilding, kalau kita nak merungkaikan industri ini, kita tengok ada 2 komponen. Satu shipbuilding, maknanya pembuatan kapal. Kapal baru lah, kalau buat maknanya benda baru lah. So that is a manufacturing activity. But on the other hand, we have also ship repair. Maknanya it is a service, maknanya dia perkhidmatan. So this is a bit of a unique industry sebab kita ada 2 komponen dalam industri ini. Satu pembuatan, which is manufacturing, the building part of it. And the second one is actually a service, which is the repair part of it, extension of ship, maintenance, overhaul, or even conversion of ship. Daripada satu jenis kapal to another one. So we will also discuss the state of play, apa dia punya senario sekarang ni dalam industri SBSR Malaysia, dan juga satu masa plan yang kita sebut sebagai SBSR 2020 yang dah nak expire tak lama lagi, but nonetheless it is important to go through this and also looking at some statistics dan juga issues, challenges and opportunities dan trend dalam industri. So sejajar dengan topik yang diberikan untuk saya berletih selama 5 jam seterusnya. Okey, 1 jam. Dr. Nizam dah tengok saya. Okay, look at this. Malaysia is a maritime nation. Ada orang yang duduk dalam negeri yang tak ada pesisir di Malaysia ni? Ada? Ada tak negeri kat Malaysia yang tak ada pesisir pantai? Tak ada. Sekecil-kecil Perlis tu pun ada juga pantai. Apatah lagi dekat Terengganu ni. Terengganu tempat yang bukan pulau pun dia sebut sebagai pulau. Pulau Kambing. Bukan pulau lah kambing, pulau kambing tu. So if you think about it, Malaysia ni memang sebuah negara maritim yang klasik. I mean if you look by virtue of the extension of our exclusive economic zone, we actually have a larger maritime area berbanding dengan kawasan darat. Kan? Because kita punya kawasan laut tu actually larger, lebih besar daripada kawasan darat kita. Tak percaya, cuba tengok. Cuba tanya Mr. Wikipedia. You can see that our exclusive economic zone is a lot larger, almost twice or 3 times kalau tak silap, berbanding dengan kawasan darat kita. Maka sejajarlah yang kita dalam bahasa ibunda kita menggunakan ganti bahasa negara dengan perkataan tanah air, kata orang Perak. Ada orang Perak sini yuk? Mana? Kuala Kangsar? Orang Kuala ke jom? Siapa yang ya tadi? Oh, tak popular hari ni sebab kalahkan Terengganu bola itu. Itu ambil cuti ke tak? Hari Isnin. Dilema tu. Saya dilema tu. Orang rumah orang Kuala Kangsar. Tak tahu nak support siapa itu. Tapi exam professor tu UMT ni. Orang rumah kata awak tak sokong awak makan kat warung awak ni. Okay, so this is serious because if you look at this, it shows that we are really essentially a maritime nation. It means that kalau kita, of course semua orang tak jahil pasal history kat negara ni. We know that our history, sejarah negara kita, tamadun kita sebagai manusia has been shaped very prominently by the sea, by the fact that kita dikelilingi oleh lautan. Cuba tengok sejarah tanah Melayu sendiri. 1511 Portugis datang menakluk kita selama berapa ratus tahun. Dia orang datang ikut mana? Bukan naik kapal terbang, bukan landing kat airport sini. Belum ada lagi kapal terbang situ. So they managed to sail all the way daripada Portugal at that time. Ada penyokong Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo sini. they managed to sail all the way because of the mastery of ships and also the ability to build fantastic ships yang boleh berlayar daripada Lisbon port datang all the way kat sini and conquer kita and eventually stay here for hundreds of years. So that is quite impressive if you think about this is about 500 years ago kan. So apatah lagi sekarang dengan teknologi yang ada di tangan kita untuk membuat kapal yang semakin besar yang boleh mengangkut segala macam jenis kargo, huge amount of cargo yang sail daripada satu hujung dunia to another. So maritime nation is what Malaysia is essentially. Dan until today, kebergantungan kita kepada laut adalah sangat tinggi. 90% dagangan kita, ingat statistik ni, saya akan tanya 10 kali depan ni. 90% of our trade is carried by ships and shipping facilitates many other types of economic activity. Antaranya, apa dia aktiviti ekonomi yang dijana oleh lautan? Adik baju hijau? Anak askar ke baju hijau? Oh. Boyfriend askar ke? Kan. So apa lagi aktiviti selain pada candak sotong? Itu aktiviti ekonomi juga tu. Selain daripada pengangkutan kargo, apa lagi? Apa sayang? Sayang. Perikanan, okey, sama candak sotong tu. Ya. Ikan is a very source of protein for the country, but not anymore. Ikan sepat lagi mahal pada ayam KFC lah ni. Orang miskin je makan ayam lah ni. Orang kaya makan ikan sardin. Terbalik sama compare dengan zaman Pak Cik dulu. So that is one very important contributor to the economy of the country as well, fishery. And it also employs many people. Ramai orang bekerja dalam bidang sektor perikanan. Pak cik nelayan and also people who sell fish, buat ikan masin, kupuk lekor, all these activities yang melibatkan ikan lah. Tapi malangnya ikan makin lama makin kurang tanggapannya because of overfishing and so many other issues. And then there's also activities such as marine tourism, kan? Naik cruise kapal apa semua and all these beaches kat tepi pantai and all this. These are all part of what is known as marine tourism. It's also a major contributor to the economy. And then we have activities such as port operations. Of course, kapal-kapal semua singgah di pelabuhan. Tak, pelabuhan, tambah G hujung. Because ports are where ships go to in terms of loading their cargoes and also offloading and also onloading. Sebenarnya dia akan turunkan kargo dan dia akan naikkan kargo dan dia akan melayar ke tempat lain yang memerlukan kargo tersebut. So that is also a very important activity for the country. And di Malaysia kita ada 2 pelabuhan kontainer yang antara yang 20 tersibuk di dunia. Rank number 12 is Pelabuhan Kelang. Right? Anyone from Kelang? You bro, you from Kelang? Which part? Oh, patut macam pernah nampak dekat Ion Kelang. Selalu merempit situ kan. So Port Kelang is the 12th largest container port di dunia. Atin tunjuk je punya Port Kelang buku, nota book. So that is something that we can be proud of. And Port Kelang contains 2 terminals, West Port dengan North Port. Dan 2 container terminal ini adalah antara yang tercanggih di dunia dan antara yang memberikan perkhidmatan world class pada kadar yang berpatutan. So we ought to be really proud that we have Port Kelang di Malaysia yang memberikan perkhidmatan yang baik kepada syarikat-syarikat kapal yang besar di Malaysia ini. Dan of course, bila kita nak kaitkan dengan industri SBSR ni, tentulah ada kaitannya kan. Sebab kapal-kapal ni tak akan boleh berlabuh singgah di situ tanpa sokongan apa yang kita panggil sebagai limbungan kapal ataupun shipyard. Shipyard is where ships are being built and also being maintained. We have many shipyards di Malaysia ni. AMIM, persatuan yang saya wakili ialah persatuan yang mewakili lebih kurang ada 100 shipyards kat Malaysia ni. Banyak betul. Tidaklah teman tahu banyaknya. 100 sampai. Tapi kebanyakannya kecil-kecil aja. Some of the shipyards, most of the shipyards are actually located in Sibu, di Sarawak. Ada orang Sarawak? Ada? Ya. Ya ke? From Sibu ke? Tak. Then your friend should know dekat Sibu tu banyak shipyard. And the fact that we have all these shipyards menunjukkan yang negara kita memang bergantung kepada pengangkutan maritim. bukan saja menghubungkan Malaysia dengan, of course lah sekarang ada Air Asia, orang dah tak naik ferry dah. Dulu ada satu perkhidmatan yang dipanggil Ferry Malaysia daripada Port Klang all the way to Sabah dan Sarawak. Dan dulu askar-askar yang bertugas di sana pun kebanyakannya diangkut menggunakan ferry. Tapi sekarang ni dah tak ni lagi lah kan, berbanding dengan pengangkutan udara. Dah naik ferry 3-4 hari sampai dekat Sabah Sarawak dah muntah ke darah. So what is happening now is macam for example di Sarawak terutamanya yang mengandungi sebuah sungai panjang dipanggil Sungai Rejang, is very important. It is a very important means of transport to facilitate the movement of people and also cargo. So dah terpacak dalam kepala otak kita yang Malaysia ialah sebuah negara maritim dan menunjukkan kepentingan laut kepada kehidupan kita. Dia sangat penting sampai kita tak nampak. Dia macam andaiannya macam oksigen. Do you ever think about hari-hari kita ambil nafas, buang nafas? You don't kan? Tapi cuba stuck dalam lift for 2 seconds. Oh, dia punya panik dia macam tak semua. Because when it's not there, then you only start to think about it. So sama dah juga dengan kapal. Hari-hari berpuluh-puluh ribu kapal berlayar sekeliling dunia mengangkut segala macam jenis kargo without any incident, dan tak ada orang fikir pun pasal benda ni except for orang macam kita lah yang fikir pasal isu maritim ni. Tapi cuba kalau ada satu kapal terbakar ke, berlanggar ke, spill kargo ke, oh dalam CNN, Al Jazeera daripada pagi sampai malam. So it shows that it is something which we almost take for granted. Macam oksigen lah. Dia bila tak ada tu, dia punya supply cut off, kita start to panic. So it is to the credit of the, men and women who work in the maritime sector, who work on board ships, who work at ports, in the oil rigs dan sebagainya, yang menjalankan sistem maritim ini dengan ekosistem maritim yang penuh complicated dengan segala macam equipment on a daily basis yang kita tak fikir pasal dia, tapi kita sebagai rakyat, sebagai individual, we benefit from the maritime system. Baru 3 slide, Encik Nizam. Ada 50 slide lagi. So you taken up 15 minutes of my time. So this is some of the credential. Credential ni maknanya kita punya credibility sebagai sebuah maritime, negara maritime. We are a member of what is known as IMO. Dalam bahasa SMS, it's in my opinion. In my humble opinion. So Malaysia has been in the International Council for a number of years, and that is something that you should be proud of. Because ini bukan kita bayar sesiapa untuk jadi member this International Council. We were voted to this seat, and it stands testimony to the confidence that the international community has in our ability as a maritime nation that we have been voted into this council. Dah banyak tahun, dah dekat 10 tahun kalau tak silap. So sebagai sebuah negara yang menjadi ahli kepada International Council IMO, IMO is a United Nations agency yang in charge of clean and safe shipping globally. So of course kita tuntut untuk ratify most of the major conventions ataupun perundangan antarabangsa yang in charge of shipping and also use of the oceans. Right? So that means kita sebagai sebuah negara maritim, kita punya credential is we abide by international convention. So maknanya bukan kita buat sendiri, orang Jawa kata entam kromo dia buat ni. So we are always guided by international conventions, and we have a very strong legal and administration system in our maritime sector. The key agency is of course Kementerian Pengangkutan, yang di bawahnya ada beberapa agensi termasuk Jabatan Laut yang make sure yang pelayaran, safe navigation, seafarers welfare all being taken care of. And then we have agensi security maritime seperti Tentera Laut Diraja Malaysia dan juga agensi penguatkuasaan maritim Malaysia. Ada anak Navy sini? Ada. Dah tengok Pascal the movie ke belum? Oh, best kata. Sado ke tak dia orang? Ancam profesor. Oh, it's a good movie, you should watch. Sebab Baustate my company sponsor RM300,000. Okay, campaign sikit. No, it is a good movie, dan hopefully by watching that movie you can build some realization that kita boleh tidur nyenyak dekat malam sebab malam tadi tak ada lano masuk ikut laut tu sebab ada ada Navy dengan APM jaga meronda kita punya perairan. And it wouldn't be possible for them to monitor our long coastline without kapal-kapal yang well maintained. Betul tak? Cakap je betul, kalau tak lambat lagi slide. Siapa yang cakap betul 3 kali tu? Wah, yang sarkastik. Okay. And then kita punya lokasi is fantastic. Ni nak kena pergi slide tadi. Look at this. Apa nama slide ni? Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Okay, Selat Melaka. Siapa yang boleh bagi sedikit information tentang Selat Melaka? Bro, Pascal, baju biru, t-shirt. Yes, sir. You have inspirasi nak join Pascal ke? Badan dah sado. Apa maklumat yang saudara tahu tentang Selat Melaka? Tepukan untuk brother Sado. Okay, now you can conduct the lecture. Boleh jadi Ijang Professor. She's right, because Selat Melaka merupakan satu laluan penting antara selat yang tersibuk di dunia. You all, serious I tell you. 70,000 ships pass through this sea lane every single year, from north to west, and also there's a lot of cross traffic. Jangan lupa yang Sumatera ni bukan tak ada benda ni sepanjang-panjang ni. There's also ports, there's also throughout the millennials there have been a lot of exchanges of goods, people trading between these ports, macam Dumai dengan Melaka. Dululah, sekarang Melaka tak ada benda lah. Dia caluk dengan beca, annoying, ada Hello Kitty tu je. And also a lot of cross traffic between Port Klang and all the other ports. So can you imagine the challenge to manage shipping traffic kat sini dengan shipping traffic kapal besar bagak daripada atas ke bawah ni, daripada yang mengangkut gas and also crude oil from the Middle East en route to East Asian economies such as China, Taiwan, Korea, Japan, because they're all dependent on imported oil kan? Because Japan, Taiwan, Korea, they are not oil producing countries, so they depend on the transportation of minyak and also gas which pass through the Straits of Malacca. So the responsibility untuk manage shipping traffic ni, jadi Port Guard kat sini ialah Jabatan Laut yang merupakan sebuah agensi di bawah Kementerian Pengangkutan. So that means ada sistem, nampak je macam memanglah dekat laut tak ada benda kan? Tak ada highway, tak ada signage, tak ada benda. Tapi there is a system, vessel traffic management system that makes sure that all the ships are being navigated and directed. Macam air traffic controller dekat airport. They make sure that all the ships pass through in a very safe manner. So that also requires huge investment lah in the part of the government to put the vessel traffic management system, the ship identification system dan sebagainya. So along this Straits of Malacca ni, di sebelah barat sebenarnya Malaysia terletak dua port yang utama, iaitu Pelabuhan Kelang dan also kat bawah sini Johor Bahru, my hometown. Anyone from JB here? JDT. Pelabuhan Tanjung Pelepas. Okay. Also banyaklah lagi pelabuhan lain, pelabuhan Penang Port for example, which is a very important port that links Malaysian economy dengan northern region, especially within the Indonesia, Malaysia and also Thailand growth triangle, and also ports such as Pasir Gudang Port, which is owned by the same owner, which is MMC, dan juga Lumut Port, which is a big port that handles a shipment of BJ, besi, iron ore daripada Brazil, and is being operated by a big company called Vale daripada Brazil. So itu on the importance of Selat Melaka sebagai sebuah laluan utama maritim. Tapi Laut Senyum Selatan is also important, and this is where most of our oil and gas offshore comes from. Sekarang di Malaysia dulu mula-mulanya masa industri minyak start, minyak was found onshore dekat Miri. So kalau pergi Miri tu masih ada lagi museum maritim, museum oil and gas. But now everything is found offshore. Tapi of course South China Sea is also international high seas, which is being contested by several countries. China terutamanya sedang claim the entire South China Sea as their own. So that's one of the issues that we need to be mindful of. MIC, pernah dengar MIC? Bukan miscellaneous, babe. MIC is Malaysian International Shipping Corporation, which is owned by Petronas. So it is a major player in international carriage of energy. And also they have some of the most modern tankers ataupun kapal tangki yang membawa petroleum dan juga kargo, chemical cargo seperti oil and gas, palm oil dan sebagainya. Okay, and also the shipyards. Kepentingan shipyard kepada negara kita tak boleh disangkal. Okay, SBSR industry, shipbuilding, ship repair. Anyone yang rajin baca pasal shipbuilding, ship repair? Bro, yang tengah macam MMA fighter tu. Pernah tahu pasal industri ni? Sedikit sebanyak. Tahu dekat Terengganu ni rasa-rasa ada ke tak? Shipyard. Ya. Apa nama company? Antaranya? Tempat yang buat kapal rasanya kat mana kat Terengganu ni? Kat Sabasung ke? Kat Maiding ke? Murah semua. Kat mana agak-agak ada? Pernah dengar MSET? Merajuk Cik Nizam kita daripada MSET. Kat mana MSET tu? Ada yang cakap pernah tu dengar kat mana MSET? MSET today because I don't have money. Not MSET. Oh, Google tak aci lah. Pakai Waze. Kat mana MSET? Pulau Kambing. Goat Island. Pulau Duyung. Mermaid Island. Lama sikit. Okay, so that is where ships are being built. Kapal baru dibina dan juga kapal lama di repair. So that is one example of a shipyard. So macam saya sebutkan tadi, banyak shipyard di Malaysia ni. Ada lebih kurang 100. Banyak menang. Tak tahu mana datangnya. So it is a very important industry sebab dia support aktiviti yang kita sebut tadi sebagai perkapalan. Kan? Perkapalan bukan saja mengangkut kargo tapi menyokong aktiviti luar pesisir, pencarian dan juga pembangunan tapak-tapak yang ada minyak dan gas. So it is very important because oil rig ni semua bukan, kru semua bukan pergi saja ke situ. They need to be transported by ships, and ships must be built and also maintained well in order to enable them to carry the responsibilities or the tasks which are assigned to them. So banyak aktiviti dalam shipbuilding, ship repair. Macam saya sebut tadi, ada dua komponen dalam industri shipbuilding, ship repair. Satu, industri pembuatan, which is pembinaan kapal, dan dua, perkhidmatan, which is MRO, maintenance, repair, overhaul dan juga servicing of ships. Okay. Adalah dia punya definition vessels apa semua ni, you boleh look into that later. Malaysia taklah sehebat mana when it comes to building ships. We only command 1% of global market share in shipping. And kebanyakan kapal yang dibuat di limbungan kapal di Malaysia seperti MSET dan juga di kebanyakan limbungan kapal lain ialah kapal-kapal bersaiz kecil dan sederhana seperti offshore support vessel untuk industri minyak dan gas, passenger vessel untuk pengangkutan penumpang, kapal-kapal laut dan juga kapal-kapal perang yang boleh dibuat di bawah state tempat saya bekerja yang agak besar sikit, dan juga kapal-kapal lain yang menyokong pelbagai aktiviti lautan dan juga maritime economy such as port operations yang memerlukan tugboats, pilot boats dan sebagainya. Dan kita juga ekspor barangan yang ataupun kapal yang kita buat di Malaysia dan antaranya di ASEAN, even US, Afrika, EU pun ada. So maknanya kita punya ekspor, kita punya pembuatan barangan yang dikeluarkan daripada limbungan ni boleh tahan lah dia punya hebatnya. So tak adalah sampai tak ada orang tak beli walaupun kebanyakan shipyard kita kecil-kecil belaka. So that is important to know. So we have this thing called Industrial Master Plan dulu yang gave the status kepada industri sebagai sebuah industri strategik. Maknanya government kerajaan menyokong pertumbuhan industri ini dan juga memberi pelbagai insentif kepada industri ini berdasarkan kepentingannya kepada ekonomi negara. Tapi malangnya di Malaysia ni kebanyakan kapal yang kita gunakan untuk, especially untuk pengangkutan international cargo, kebanyakannya datang daripada limongan di luar negara. Kita masih belum berupaya untuk buat kapal-kapal besar seperti yang digunakan oleh MIC tu di limongan kita sini. Kita boleh repair, tapi kita masih belum sampai tahap untuk buat kapal-kapal yang hebat sebegitu. So that depends on you and you as the future of the maritime industry to ensure that kita boleh buat kapal yang kita perlukan. Because competition is intense, maknanya di rantau ASEAN ni sendiri, di negara-negara seperti Indonesia dan juga Philippines dan Thailand, banyak limbungan kapal lain yang boleh buat kapal yang kita nak pada harga yang jauh lebih murah. Dan terutamanya sekarang competition datang daripada China. Sebab in China they have economies of scale kan. Anyone major economy here? Boleh terangkan konsep economies of scale? Skala ekonomi? Oh senyap pula tiba-tiba. Nak kena break 5 minit. Apa kata kita pergi minum Starbucks dulu? Nanti boleh provisi boleh belanja semua. Cappuccino. Kopi Cina ada kopi Cina. So currently we are dependent a lot on foreign vessels from foreign shipyards. In fact, saya setuju sangat. Phone you kan Izam. 90% of the ships that we use in international trade actually comes from foreign yards. So maknanya the upside potential untuk kita bina lebih banyak kapal tu ada semua, ada belaka. Because now we are too dependent on, because kita tak boleh nak buat kapal tu. So jadilah situasi yang orang panggil situasi ayam dan telur. Maknanya shipyards kata we are not capable of building the ships. And then ship owners macam MIC kata macam mana kita nak order kapal dengan you? You tak boleh nak buat kapal tangki complicated yang kita nak pakai. Lepas tu shipyard pula khabar ke MIC, you dah bagi kita peluang, macam mana kita nak ada track record? So benda tu dah jadi macam ni dah berpuluh-puluh tahun, masih belum nampak dia punya jalan penyelesaian. So hopefully later with a combination of collaboration and better understanding between the policy maker part of it and the industry part of it, kita boleh selesaikan masalah ayam dengan telur ni. So mana dulu, ayam atau telur? Ya ke? Okay. Kena buat thesis lah. Okay. Antara statistik SBSR ini yang telah terkini ialah 2016. Kita boleh tengok perolehannya ataupun revenue turnover ialah 5 bilion, which is considered small lah untuk industri perkapalan. Sebab satu kapal besar yang dipunyai oleh MIC pun harga dia dah boleh mencecah ke 300 million US dollars, which times 4 is already 1.2 billion. So taklah banyak mana sangat revenue ni. Tapi kalau kita tengok sumbangan daripada kerajaan itu agak menarik, sebab maknanya kerajaan pun banyak pakai kapal. Kapal kerajaan mana yang kita sebut kerajaan, kapal yang dipesan oleh kerajaan ni melalui siapa? Siapa dia yang kat government ni naik kapal? Agak-agak siapa? Apa antara agensi kerajaan yang menggunakan kapal? Siapa bro? Mak Sabu. Mak Sabu naik kapal pergi kerja. Ya juga, sebab dia Mak Sabu menteri apa? Pertahanan. So apa dia agensi pertahanan di bawah Kementerian Pertahanan yang APMM lagi? APAM? Apa Malik ni? APMM dan juga TLDM. Askar. Dan beberapa agensi lain seperti Jabatan Perikanan, Department of Environment, Jabatan Kastam, Polis Marine, Perikanan. Dia ni semua ada boat belaka. So they all also order ships from shipyards. Okay. Dah salin ke belum? Sekejap lagi ada exam depan ni. Ada sport quiz. Dr. Nizam, you have locked the door, right? Dah kunci pintu dah. Yang bagi dia orang keluar. Wah, makin ramai datang attend adjunct professor punya lecture. The latecomers, you should come here, fill out the seats. Miss, come here. Duduk dekat sini, depan-depan ni. Banyak seat depan ni kosong. Oh, kenapa ada? Takut nak duduk depan ke? Ya ke? Okay, sebab you datang lambat, you kena ketuk ketampi kejap lagi. Okay, and look at the number of people employed by the industry, 15,000. That's quite considerable. So lately, shipbuilding, ship repair industry kat Malaysia ni is a little bit has come under some severe headwinds because demand untuk kapal baru has been rather subdued in line with the slowdown in the global economy. So as a result of that, the business at shipyards has not been that happening. So as a result of that, some shipyards have had to let go of their staff. So this number is rather a conservative estimate lah. Okey, dekat kawasan-kawasan yang boleh dikatakan sebagai pusat peminat kapal antaranya ialah di Lumut, di mana syarikat tempat saya bekerja, Baustate, has the largest shipyard. Limbungan kapal terbesar di Malaysia ialah yang di Lumut. Ada orang Lumut sini? Yang Yong Perak tadi dari mana, Yong? Mana? Bota. Mana? Tanjung Malim. Wah, Perak lah juga tu. Okay, so the biggest shipyard in the country is in Lumut dan banyak ada several shipyards as well. And then of course dekat Port Kelang. So kebanyakan kita boleh nampak dia punya pattern dia lah. Kebanyakan shipyard ada dekat dengan pelabuhan. Betul tak? Sebab dia support the existence of a port, and because of the ships they go to ports, and then they are all supported by the existence of not only shipyards but also an entire ecosystem of marine support service players in these areas. And then dekat Johor, because ada dua major port which is PTP, Pelabuhan Tanjung Pelepas dan also Pelabuhan Pasir Gudang yang merupakan pelabuhan ekspor terminal minyak kelapa sawit yang terbesar di dunia dari segi capacity. And then a few other ports in the east coast of Johor, Tanjung Melungkur, Tanjung Langsat dan sebagainya. And there's a big development here called Rapid. Pernah dengar Rapid? Yes. Rapid stands for? Bukan Rapid Bus kat KL. It's a refinery and petrochemical integrated development, which is a massive project undertaken by Petronas and a few of its partners. So what they do is that they import petroleum daripada Middle East, and then they refine the crude oil, and also they produce not only various petrochemical products for exports and also for local consumption. Okay, and the East Coast dekat Terengganu ni. Oh, dia sebut MSET? Oh, sorry bro, atas sekali. So nak promote sikit. So dekat Terengganu ni ada a few, tapi they are not as big as the ones in the West Coast lah. And of course in Sabah dan Sarawak, the major one as I mentioned is in Sibu, and also in Miri further north, which serves mainly the offshore oil and gas industry. Okay. Ada discussion ke atas tu? Ke nak bagi lectures ni? Okay. And then these are some of the major companies. Anyone yang familiar dengan ni? Okay. So siapa-siapa yang berminat nak kerja dengan syarikat-syarikat pembinaan kapal, limbungan kapal, silalah hantar resume ke syarikat-syarikat tersebut. Tak ada orang ambil gambar pun. Kalau pergi K-pop concert bukan main lagi. Next time kena bagi BTS jadi adjunct professor. Baru sebut baru ada orang nak ambil gambar. Okay. Ambil gambar adjunct professor ni sekali. And then, okay, let's look at some of the statistics. I think we have a bit more time, especially for Q&A later. Okay, the largest slipway ni maknanya facility infrastructure yang membolehkan kapal untuk masuk ke dalam daya untuk dibaiki. Yang paling besar sekali di Baustate Naval Shipyard di Lumut. Baru semalam kita ada maring ke semalam. Orang Terengganu kata maring. We had a big event of launching of keylaying of the fourth ship ordered by Navy called Littoral Combat Ship semalam. So ni daripada Lumut ni mari sini ni. Penat ni. So MMHE is the one in Pasir Gudang, which is owned by MISC and also by, of course, MIC is owned by Petronas. They have the largest dry dock. They can handle ship up to 500,000 deadweight tonnage. And also di Miri, Shenyang, they have the largest floating dock. So ini antara yang terbesar dan tersohor lah di Malaysia. Docking capacity, okay, you can see that it's not that big compared to the largest shipyards in the world. Agak-agak negara mana yang merupakan negara pembina kapal terbesar di dunia? Oh, mentang-mentang minat K-pop. Korea semua. Bad news, Korea has been overtaken by China in the last 5 years. So sekarang negara pembina kapal terbesar di dunia ialah China, followed by Korea, and then Japan, Turkey, Holland, and a few others among the largest. So, but of course, business, as I mentioned, the semua shipyard around the world has been bad lately in the last 10 years since global economic downturn began. So the demand for new ships has been rather slow. Okay, 15,000 in 2016. Kebanyakannya bahagian operasi, that means turun padang, singsing dengan baju, pegang tools, welding, electrical, hull, piping, semua yang terlibat dalam pembinaan kapal, and 20% is executive. In Peninsular Malaysia, 80% local, 20% foreign. So that means kebergantungan kita terhadap foreign workers in shipyard is still quite large. Oh, ni ada benda tertinggal ni. Sorry jangan tolak honorarium Jang Prof sebab tertinggal satu maklumat. And then the target is to create more jobs. Tapi these jobs mainly kita nak take over, kita nak fill up all the jobs which are now being dominated by foreign workers, especially dalam area seperti welding dan electrical, hull, piping dan sebagainya. Tapi there's also a lot of upside and potential for more sophisticated kind of jobs in terms of naval architecture, systems integration, design, planning dan sebagainya, because these are also jobs which will be created in the future sebab kapal semakin besar dan semakin sophisticated. So that means we are going to build bigger ships that will need a different kind of manpower lagi. Man and woman power. Okay, human capital lah, nanti orang kata sexist pula. Okay, I mentioned tadi earlier, we are still dependent on a lot of foreign ships because katanya shipyard kita ni tak boleh nak buat jenis-jenis kapal yang canggih yang kita nak pakai. So jadilah yang mana dulu, ayam atau telur? Actually yang lah dulu, apa pula ayam atau telur? Jadi yang mana dulu? Okay. Okay, gelak pun tak sungguh-sungguh. Okay, so this figure is definitely not encouraging at all. 9 billion times sekarang berapa exchange rate? Times 4 It's already 3.6 billion ringgit of foreign exchange outflow, which contributes to the, ada bankers kat sini, to the outflow of kita punya current account deficit yang makin tahun makin besar sebab kita still import banyak equipment and machinery such as kapal terbang, all the heavy equipment and also even cars from foreign countries. So itulah gamuknya Perdana Menteri kita nak kata janganlah jadi nation of consumer saja but be a nation of producer. So I think that is something which universities, especially like UMT, should also embed into its programs and also its outlook, because we want to jive whatever that we do with this new mantra of becoming a nation of net producer of things that we want to use and services and solutions and systems yang kita nak pakai. So sampai bila kita nak develop this kebergantungan terhadap barang-barang import kan. So kita nak mengikis kita punya minda tu supaya kita lebih percaya kepada barangan buatan tempatan. Of course that wouldn't come in a vacuum lah. Kita kena do a lot of work to enable us to shift into building our own vessels dan sebagainya. So that means policy dasar pun nak kena jive together with the inspirasi of the industry players untuk buat lebih banyak kapal di lembungan kapal sendiri. Sebab kita capable of building this type of ships. So these are some of the statistics kita nak menunjukkan yang over the years, because of a global economic downturn, the demand for ships dan also pendapatan di lembungan kapal tempatan semakin lama semakin merosot. So that's not very good. Some of the value of projects, then this is also reflective of projects yang makin lama makin decline, big sharp decline daripada 2014 ke 2015. Sekarang ni dah naik sikit sebab harga minyak dah semakin naik. Berapa harga minyak setong ni? Cuba Google dik. Siapa yang Google BTS tadi tu? Tolong tengok harga minyak semalam in US dollars per barrel. Should be around $80 per barrel. Fighty lo. Hai, kalau Google pasal K-pop star main cepat ke? What is it? Slow ke internet dekat sini? Ya. What is it? $76 per barrel. So around $80 per barrel. Okay. So because of the increasing oil price in the international market, there has been an uptick in the exploration and production activities dan demand terhadap permintaan terhadap kapal-kapal penyokong aktiviti pesisir, offshore support vessels makin meningkat. So business is back lah at shipyard. So that's a good news. Some of the statistics nampak yang saya tunjukkan tadi, jurang antara import dengan ekspor yang semakin lama semakin menganga. Oh, saya yang menganga, awak jangan menganga. Dan juga kalau kita tengok value makin lama makin turun, so that means value of export makin rendah kerana permintaan terhadap kapal berkurangan. So ini sejajar dengan trend global. So maknanya kita nak kata tak payah panik pun tak juga, tapi this is reflective of the global trend of a lower demand for ships. Okay, we had this okay, ignore this photo. Kau dia walk out from interview pula nanti. So this is an SBSR 2020 which is the master plan, tapi benda ni dah nak lupus dah tak lama lagi. So the industry players including AMIM sendiri will need to come up with a new roadmap because this roadmap is already almost approaching its sell by date. So the plan back then was to depend on the oil and gas industry to make Malaysia an internationally competitive shipbuilding, ship repair nation by focusing on the offshore oil and gas industry. So this was some of the objectives yang kita set up dulu. Tapi unfortunately this targets kebanyakannya dah tak boleh nak fulfill sebab like I said, when this was formulated about 10 years ago, the world was a different place. Masa tu harga minyak dekat $100 per barrel kan. So of course now it's $80 per barrel, tapi nobody would be confident enough to predict that the oil price will remain because banyak oil price ni sekarang ni being driven by a lot of geopolitical factors, not so much economics. So that's something which may not sustain the demand for new ships dekat dekat shipyards. Then some of the strategies yang kalau kena nak pick one or two important ones is berkaitan dengan adik-adik students sekarang. For example, apply local design, attracting capable workforce. All this need to be nurtured from a place like UMT because the industry cannot wait for universities to. There's no time for hand holding lagi. So that means we need to also work together with universities in apprenticeship program dan sebagainya. Macam kita ada program called SLIM. Skim Latihan Satu Malaysia. Ni bukan Weight Watchers punya program. Bagus juga ada SLIM program untuk orang yang obese dan overweight kat sini. So this kind of program kita bagi pendedahan kepada adik-adik engineer dan sebagainya. There's also a scheme called YES, Young Engineer Scheme. Some of you should do a bit more survey on this, maybe find placement dekat shipyards in order to give yourself exposure kalau nak kerja dalam industri SBSR yang glamour ni lah. So there's a lot of opportunities untuk students to be exposed to this industry. So we need to come up with all these characteristics ataupun ciri-ciri sumber manusia yang orang kata can hit the ground running and deliver the kind of shapes and services yang required by the industry. So the challenge is for places like UMT to come up with produce industry relevant graduates and also enhance the marketability. So we are no longer looking for people with technical skills saja. We are also looking at people who can think out of the box, who can be innovative, ada critical thinking mindset and all this, qualitative qualification yang kita rasakan perlulah untuk industri kita. Ada banyak insentif yang government bagi. Ini saya tunjuk untuk menunjukkan sokongan yang kerajaan bagi kepada industri SBSR. Sebenarnya tak fair kalau kita cakap, oh ini industri ini dianaktirikan. Siapa yang cakap macam tu orang Perak kata bodoh. Bodoh tu maknanya bukan tak pandai tapi kurang enlightened. Maknanya they have not done their homework. Actually there's a lot of incentives, including setting up to an extent of setting up bank pembangunan and also a company called a private equity company called Global Maritime Ventures yang bagi financing ataupun pembiayaan kepada pemilik kapal tempatan dan juga lingkungan kapal tempatan untuk membesarkan bisnes dia orang. So recently dulu GST sampai sekarang dah SST. There was an announcement by the new Minister of Finance Lim Guan Eng yang boats, pembuatan boat, ferry dan juga beberapa jenis kapal dikecualikan daripada SST. So banyaklah insentif yang government bagi. Cuma maybe tak cukup dan industry always wants more kan. So beberapa perkembangan mutakhir, ni the latest was announcement by LGE lah on the exemption of various type of vessels and the SST. The production of a local OSV by company saya tu. Jangan marah ya all. So this is a project under Entry Point project which is partly funded by the government, and this is the first ever locally designed OSV. So what does that mean? Rasa macam ya Allah, selama ni kita buat kapal baru first time kita ada locally designed. So maknanya design tu kita tak ada. Dia macam andaiannya macam nak buat rumah. Dia kena ada plan kan, kena arkitek punya drawing, engineering drawing kalau nak buat whatever civil project. Benda tu kita tak ada. So all this while we have been dependent on foreign design, which is unfortunate because the cost of acquiring foreign design tu can cost up to half of the cost of building kapal baru. So maknanya buat kapal tu 50% dia punya cost tu datang daripada beli design ni aja. So alangkah bagusnya, alangkah moleknya kalau kita boleh ada design sendiri. And this has already been done. And this design has been approved by Bureau Veritas, which is an international classification society. So molek dah ni kita dah ada design sendiri. So harap-harapnya nanti siapa yang nak, for example local OSV owners macam Icon Offshore and Tanjung and Alam Maritime dan sebagainya will order ships menggunakan design yang kita dah buat. So we need more of naval architect yang boleh design kapal yang canggih-canggih ya, yang boleh buat molek macam ni. So study hard, don't be like me. So some of the other development when it comes to incentives was announced by MITI earlier this year. Ni Tok Pa, Sian Tok Pa. Dah join satu lah Tok Pa, belum lagi tak? Dia boleh join parti saya, parti orang pencen. So this is already given all kinds of investment tax allowances, pioneer status. So ada dah segala macam insentif ada given by the government. Cuma mungkin not solid enough like what the governments in China, Korea is giving to their industry players. Okay, so now quickly let's look at some of the trends. Saya dah sebut tadi, dah beberapa kali saya sebut sampai nak berbuih mulut ni sebab tak ada air. Oh ada. Sorry penganjur, ada air. The most major one is actually is actually the ships are getting bigger. Sebab pemilik kapal nak apa yang kita sebut dalam terma ekonomi sebagai economies of scale, right? So the big ships are now getting bigger. So they want to carry more cargo, so dia akan mengurangkan dia punya voyage, jumlah voyage. So that means lagi besar kapal ni, lagi sikit lah pelabuhan yang dia akan singgah kan. Dan dia cuma akan singgah di pelabuhan yang bertaraf dunia, yang ada capacity, ada infrastructure, ada level of productivity and efficiency dengan crane yang very super efficient, dengan sokongan logistik, big container yard dan sebagainya, yang boleh jadi host kepada these kind of ships. Otherwise, they will not call at the port. So that is why what we're seeing now in this region is Port Klang, PTP, they are continuing to expand their capacity, modernize their facilities, beli crane baru apa semua, which is not cheap by the way, and also using application of technology untuk untuk becoming attractive to this shipping companies lah. And some of the trends also is that is driven by a regulatory requirement. For example, now IMO sekarang introduce macam-macam new regulation untuk make sure yang emissions and carbon footprint is reduced. And this is going to become a very big area in shipping. And I think also in shipping research that we see, maybe this is a new area on green shipping that UMT can also be a pioneer of, because the demand for this kind of thing is huge at the moment, because apatah lagi sebagai Malaysia sebagai sebuah negara yang menjadi ahli International Council IMO kan, we are always expected to lead from the front and ratify all the latest convention about reduction of carbon footprint and emission from shipping. Especially there is a big development called sulfur emission 2020. By 2020 IMO dah menghendakkan semua kapal-kapal yang berdagang di perairan antarabangsa untuk mengurangkan pelepasan sulfurnya. So Malaysia needs to, Malaysian ship owners need to already quickly make sure that by 2020 kapal-kapal yang kita gunakan ni ada kemudahan dan untuk mengurangkan kita punya tapak kaki karbon kita. And also the application of Industry 4.0. Tahulah kan, macam autonomous shipping, virtual reality, Internet of Things, big data analytics, augmented reality, artificial intelligence dan sebagainya. Cakap ni macam tahu je, sebenarnya tak tahu benda pun. Tapi bear in mind that Industry 4.0 is here to stay, then we need to step up the plate to accommodate all this. And then focus on maritime safety and security. Ini pun agak penting ni. Mungkin ramai yang tahu, yang tengok cerita Pascal tu tahulah kan, ada scenario dia orang handle a hijacking of a ship situation, which was based on a true story. The kapal MIC was hijacked about 10 years ago. They call it Operasi Fajar. Cik tengok Wikipedia. Ada Operation Dawn ke apa entah, where Pascal went on board of a ship belonging to MIC dekat Teluk Aden off the coast of I think Ethiopia ke Somalia, dan managed to release hostages which were kidnapped by Somali pirates. Ada satu movie called Captain Phillips starring Tom Hanks. Ada tengok bro? Bro from Klang. Lama kot movie ni. But that was also based on a true story. So because of this recent attacks of pirates ni, banyak IMO pun come up with new ruling. So focus on maritime safety security ni will also have an influence on how ships are built. Peluang-peluang di Malaysia, sila ambil perhatian untuk mereka yang nak mencuburi bidang yang glamour ni. Okay, antaranya pembinaan ataupun design. So construction of ships yang makin lama makin canggih. Contohnya macam untuk oil and gas industry, floating LNG, floating regasification unit, floating production, storage, offloading facilities. So many types of different sophisticated vessels out there, seismic vessels, research vessels dan sebagainya. UMT pun ada kapal seperti. Tahu kan? You ada kapal? Pernah naik ke? Wah, itu macam protes ramai-ramai ni. Jadi macam dia orang hint tu. Bawalah kita naik kapal bah. Okay, maybe nanti konvo boleh buat atas kapal. Siapa yang grade tak bagus, kita layarkan tu ke mana. Okay. Bagi dia punya scroll, biar dia sail sendiri. And then we are also looking into increasing local content, macam design and system integration dan sebagainya. Usage of high-tech equipment. Again, mana-mana you pergi dekat industri ni, walaupun many of the yards are still, operating using basic tools, tapi mark my word, globally the trend is, sekarang ni penggunaan ICT, bukan ikan celup tepung. Penggunaan ICT is increasing. So we have to, like I said, step up to the increasing utilization and adaptation of especially the components of Industry 4.0, which I mentioned earlier. And also conversion, upgrading, retrofitting of vessels. So sekarang ni sama lah situasinya macam bila ekonomi ternak, orang nak beli kereta baru, orang nak repair kereta lama. Kereta Mercedes buruk zaman Jepun tu keluar balik daripada garage. So same thing is happening. So a lot of our ship owners are trying to extend the life of their ships, and all this need technology, need creativity and a good technical grasp in order to extend the life of a ship. Training also very important, especially in high skill areas macam ship design, systems integration, engineering dan sebagainya. Dan juga pengurusan rantaian bekalan ship supply chain management. Okay. Here comes the favorite slide of all lectures. The last slide. Oh, ramai nak tepuk tangan tapi malu. Oh, ada juga tepuk tangan. Oh, asam. Okay, the way forward is that although industri ni, macam saya sebutkan tadi, taklah berapa ni sekarang. Sebab demand, ini sejajar dengan demand global. So, this is part of because Malaysia is an open economy. We are one of the world. Kalau tengok World Bank punya ranking, we are one of the world's most open economies in terms of how welcoming we are to foreign investment, trade, because we sign up so many free trade agreements with many countries and also regions. And also we have pro-business, pro-investment policy. Dan we trade with so many countries. Cuba tengok kita punya pasport tu. Ada satu negara je kita tak lagi. Negara mana tu? Oh, kan? So maknanya kita punya pasport ni laku. In fact, there was a ranking of one of the world's most desirable passports. I think kita rank number 5 kot. Sebab dia based on number of countries yang kita boleh pergi without visa. And number of countries yang kita ada diplomatic relations with. So that means only one country in the world that we don't have any diplomatic relation with, which is Israel. So nak pergi North Korea pun boleh. Ada benda kat North Korea. So anyway, to relate to what I'm saying here is that the focus in the future is that we are going to be, the shipping activity in the country will be intensified because we will continue to trade even more with people because kita dah lama figure out that trade will be the pacuan empat roda yang akan memacu pertumbuhan ekonomi negara kita. Of course, we are one of the world's largest manufacturing countries as well. Pembuatan segala macam barangan daripada sektor elektronik, electrical, barangan pengguna, kasut, baju, textile, segala macam benda kita buat. So we will continue to trade because we are also at the same time exporting and also importing. Kita independent world. So that means the focus on shipping will always be there. Dan selagi kita boleh jumpa minyak dan gas di pesisir, kita akan continue bergantung kepada KAPA, kapal. Dan juga kepentingan kapal untuk memastikan yang perairan kita selamat dan juga persempadanan maritim kita terpelihara supaya kita boleh tidur malam dan study sampai ke 2 pagi. Yeah, right. We'll make sure that the dependence on ship will always be there. Tapi we need to focus on different kind of ways to build ships. Maknanya kita kena try to be more productive and efficient macam limbungan kapal di Korea, China dan sebagainya. Dan kita kena sediakan dana yang mencukupi. Dan kalau kita tak ada sesuatu teknologi untuk buat dan baiki kapal, kita kena engage in strategic partnership with foreign parties. Dan juga kita kena invest in Industri 4.0. Okay. Dan these are some of the areas which I feel is quite relevant. Ini lecturer kena ambil gambar. Because inilah nilainya adjunct professor. Because this is exactly what the industry wants. Industry wants these areas, and it is already happening to a certain extent, dalam banyak limungan kapal di seluruh dunia, yang especially yang buat kapal yang kita kendaki, macam especially macam MIC, they need the kind of sophisticated LNG and petroleum tankers which have these features sekarang ni. Nak sebut pun letih. Tapi banyaklah nak katakan. They're all daripada design, engineering, fabrication, outfitting, testing sebagainya. So all these are areas which are now happening at the moment. So this is no longer about the future dah. Dia ni dah ada dah ngetuk pintu dah ni. Boleh dengar dah. It is already there on our doorstep. So if you ignore these trends, you do so at your own peril. Okay. Sebagai penutup, happy sebagai penutup. Lepas ni ada spot quiz, jangan lupa. Especially yang datang lambat, dia duduk kat tangga. Okay, it is a very important industry. It is getting support from the government, tapi at the same time kita tak boleh complacent. Kita ada banyak shipyard in the country yang boleh membuat vessel yang diminta oleh negara-negara asing termasuk negara maju. So maknanya okey dah kita. Tapi okey saja tidak mencukupi sebab persaingan semakin hebat dan juga untuk kita stay relevant sebagai negara maritim, kita hendaklah mengurangkan kebergantungan kepada kapal-kapal asing. So that means we need to learn quickly how to build the ships that we need. Because then it will also be good for the local industry. Sebab banyak industri sokongan lain yang menyokong industri SBSR ni. Industri pipe, fitting, plastic, wood, steel, support services, logistics, so many other types of industries are involved in supporting SBSR. So peluang, jangan nak kata peluang tu ya Allah. Sebab ni aja yang muat masuk dalam satu slide. Percayalah cakap saya. Tak percaya cakap adjunct professor, nak percaya cakap saya. Okay. So there's a lot of opportunities and the opportunities are there. And trust me when I say whether you're in maritime management ke technology ke marine science ke, the opportunities are huge. You just have to know where to find them. And of course we still have a lot of issues and challenges, tapi issues and challenges are there to be overcome. Dan kalau kita takkan tahu how tough we are until we are faced with issues and challenges. Apa ayat Quran mengatakan? Tidaklah Tuhan akan mencuba something about you will not know how tough you are until you are faced with challenges. Tak tahulah surah apa tu. Tapi the gist of it is like that. So, in closing, saya nak menekankan di sini yang industri yang adik-adik belajar ni, yang dipersediakan untuk adik-adik sekarang di Menara Gading yang cemerlang ini, is a very relevant industry dan peluang untuk cemerlang dan flourish in this industry is huge. And it is now up to you setelah mendapat scroll nanti, konvo atas kapal nanti, for you to make full use of your opportunity dan juga pendidikan yang diterima di Universiti Malaysia Terengganu ini. So dengan itu, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Siapa yang ada dalam gambar ni sila angkat tangan. Tinggilah sikit. Ya ke? Okey. Okay, so majulah industri SBSR untuk negara. Oh, nanti kejap ada intermission. Saya tadi nak tunjuk video tapi video tu sengit. Saya cadangkan kita sengitkan kepala sesama. Tapi sekarang dia dah fix the problem. So we just watch this I think about 2 or 3 minute video on the application of Industry 4.0 dalam sektor marine. Sebelum tu kita tengok video BTS dulu. Kalau tak silap, video yang nak ditunjukkan ni adalah video tentang aplikasi Industry 4.0 in maritime safety. They will show you how ship owners navigate their way through a very tight passage dekat ports using artificial intelligence dan sebagainya. Thank you to Rolls-Royce, a car which I will never able to afford. Okay, so that is one example of the application of maritime. And this is just one small aspect, which is navigation safety. Now see how they switch from augmented reality to intelligent awareness and so on. Now you probably heard of things like machine learning dan sebagainya. So now, there's a lot of discussion on whether machines or robots will one day take over our jobs. Janganlah sampai macam tu sekali. Takkanlah machine nak take over our jobs. But new jobs will be created out of the increasing application of Industry 4.0. Just look at the last 5 years alone. Berapa banyak pekerjaan baru yang dilahirkan oleh application of technology. Grab driver, for example. Food panda delivery guys. Data mining analysts. And so many other new jobs are now being created. And these are the kind of jobs which you will be taking up in the not so distant future. And the basics, the fundamentals are already embedded in you based on what you have learned dekat universiti ni. When you go out there, it's a matter of applying what you have learned dekat universiti ni untuk dunia di luar sana yang semakin mencabar, semakin tidak menunggu sesiapa dan tidak orang kata berkompromi when it comes to quality. So you need to focus on how to improve yourself. The industry needs this kind of manpower and woman power sekarang. Okay, so you have to up your game a bit, boys and girls. Janganlah ambil sikap sambil lewa dan janganlah kata at the face of challenges, the only thing that you can say is dok buat cetong. Okay, so any questions from anyone? Tak ada question, kita tak akan bagi awak semua keluar. Especially yang ada dalam gambar tadi tu. Yes bro, silakan. Sila perkenalkan nama, nombor IC, tarikh lahir, berat badan, ketinggian dan sebagainya.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Amin Taha from Pengusaha Maritim. Okay, I got 2 questions regarding final year project. So, I'm very keen regarding shipping finance.
Okay.
And your paper, Mr. Nazery.
Saya?
Yeah. Nazery, I already reviewed 2 of your paper.
Alamak.
Yeah.
Oh, tepuk sikit. Paper apa tu? Komen dalam LinkedIn ke?
Assessment of effective financial institution.
I actually wrote a book on ship financing in Malaysia.
Yep. Okay, first question. How Malaysia Shipping Master Plan 2017-2022, 2020, it will work on the financial incentive. And second, is there any government intervention and funding program to the ship owners and as well as ship brokers?
Okay. Thank you bro.
Can you justify in brief? Thank you.
Ini untuk paper final year ke apa?
Ya.
Oh, kena belanja teh tarik apa ni?
Tak ada masalah.
Oh. Saya saja ke semua orang? Tak ada masalah ke? See, that's the kind of attitude we want. Okay. So macam yang saya sebut tadi, no funds, no fun. No money, no honey. So financing is very important. So antara masalah industri kapal di Malaysia sekarang ni ialah kebergantungan kita yang saya sebut tadi, our dependent on foreign ships, right? And because ships are expensive. Dan Malaysia in general, bank kat Malaysia ni tak berapa supportive towards financing of ships. Sebab dia orang tak familiar dengan kapal. Ada ke bank officer kata, kapal cik ni dia tak ada, susah saya nak perhati hari-hari. Macam kilang senang, saya boleh pergi visit hari-hari. Kapal ni pergi sana, pergi sini. Lah nama pun kapal. Kalau dia tak belayar, maknanya dia is not earning any money. Ya. So, one part is the lack of understanding from financial institutions on what shipping is all about. So, bila dia tak understand the industry, they wouldn't know how to price the loan, how to structure the financing structure dan sebagainya. This is one of the things which, unfortunately, this book was probably written about 10 years ago. Dia punya isu dia sama juga. From 10 years ago. So, tak payahlah ada second edition buku ni. Geram saya. Saya ni kata dengan nak update buku ni, tapi isu yang diutarakan 10 tahun lepas masih sama juga. But as I mentioned, government has set up bank pembangunan dan juga bank industry. Ini these 2 banks are under Ministry of Finance. They are not commercial banks. They are known as development financial institutions. Diperbadankan di bawah Kementerian Kewangan. dengan mandat untuk menyokong pertumbuhan sektor maritim di Malaysia. So maknanya they have special funds. Dulu about 15-20 years ago government introduced ship financing fund around 1 billion ringgit untuk bagi kepada pemilik kapal di Malaysia. Tapi masalah yang samanya bro ialah in order to borrow money, you need to have money. Gitulah ceritanya kat Malaysia ni. Dia nak collateral segala macam untuk ni. Okay, you show me your contract from Petronas lah, apalah. And the life of a ship, normally now modern ship especially, is around 20 years. Tapi Petronas bagi contract normally to carry cargo ke apa, around 2+1 lah, 3+2. So dia ada mismatch between the number of years of contract yang dibagi kepada pemilik kapal tempatan dengan loan yang dia nak minta yang selama 20-25 tahun ni. So banks kata, cik, you punya loan, you punya contract 2-3 tahun, kita nak bagi pinjam 20 tahun. So macam mana? So already there's a major structural issue kat situ. So this is not a problem yang bank ataupun pemilik kapal ataupun Petronas boleh sort out on its own. They need to sit down together and come up with a comprehensive way of looking at things. Maknanya macam government sendiri kena ada policy, terutamanya yang bermula dengan government link company seperti company ini dan juga Petronas dan sebagainya untuk secara lembutnya memaksa syarikat-syarikat milik kerajaan untuk bagi kontrak jangka panjang kepada pemilik kapal dan juga pembuat kapal di Malaysia. Selagi kita boleh deliver tu, macam for example MIC nak beli 5 kapal tangki daripada luar negara, kebanyakannya dia akan order daripada Korea. Apalah salahnya bagi satu dekat local shipyards? Bagi MSET pun boleh pak. So kalau tak selagi bila tak boleh nak buat that track record. So selagi tak ada track record, selagi itulah susah nak pinjam duit dekat bank. So dia jadi macam yang mana dulu ayam telur punya situation. So secondly, back to the question, SBSR tak ada sebut secara spesifik untuk menolong memberikan dana kepada pemilik dan peminjam, pemilik dan juga pembuat kapal. So that's rather unfortunate. Tapi tak apa, SBSR 2020 dah nak expire, tak lama lagi. So kita akan come up with a new one. Kita akan have dialogue dengan banks dan tanya kat dia orang, what do they want in order for them to open up their wallets untuk bagi pinjam kepada pemilik dan juga pembina kapal. Banyak information tu, dah 2 chapter tu bro. Tu lebih daripada 1 teh tarik tu. Kurang-kurang latih tu dekat Starbucks. Semua orang bukan kita je. Okay, good question. Nanti lepas ni kita nongkrong. Anyone else? One lady, one question from the... Yes sir. Waalaikumsalam, macam kenal. Thank you. Okay. Terima kasih Pak atas soalan yang mencabar itu. Tidak terdaya saya untuk menjawabnya Pak. Sepatutnya ada orang daripada kementerian untuk menjawab soalan ni. But of course, I suppose I can also speak a little bit on it because prior to joining Bawah State and AMIM, I was with MIMA, Maritime Institute of Malaysia, which is a think tank under Ministry of Transport. And while we were there, we are always looking out on how we can give policy recommendations untuk kerajaan untuk sokong industri ini. Seperti mana yang dibuat di Indonesia sekarang ni. Mungkin Bapak boleh a little bit quick introduction of what is being done in Indonesia sekarang ni. For example, in terms of the tightening of the certain policy macam cabotage policy di sana kan. If any Indonesian shipping companies want to do work for Pertamina dalam Indonesian waters, they need to use ships which are built at Indonesian shipyards, crewed by Indonesians, and also kalau boleh registered in Indonesia. So that is the kind of support yang kita mahu. So in other words, charity begins at home. Tapi malangnya Pak, di Malaysia sekarang ni masih belum ada sih yang gitu. Masih belum kental sokongannya. So what is happening now is that the government is leaving it open to the industry to because the government also, I mean, to be fair, government cannot be seen to be too intervening into the market. Otherwise, it will create disruptive forces. It will create inequalities, imbalance. Nanti orang kata oh nepotism, cronyism. So balik kepada yang dulu juga. So I think the problem with ship, I wouldn't say a problem, but it is actually a nice problem to have because to the government, shipping, ports, shipyards are already doing okay on their own. So enggak perlu apa-apa dasar in terms of master plan dan sebagainya. Tapi of course, government also sees the need for this industry to be guided by some kind of a long-term planning. So it's good that we put up to 2020 because kalau 2030 itu dah lama sangat because as you can see yang 2020 yang developed 10 years ago pun dah basi dah. Dah memang bau dia dah melantong lah because it is already superseded by a lot of new developments in the market. So what we want to do is come up with something which of course it's impossible for any master plan to take care of everyone's needs but it should be flexible enough, it should be open enough. Bro yang tanya soalan tadi ada lagi dah pun. So this is also relevant to discussion about ship financing. Maknanya there has to be some element of flexibility dalam apa jua dasar supaya boleh dirombak bila mana perlu. So ini bukan orang kata goyang tak ada pendirian, tapi this is about being pragmatic because the world is always moving and always in flux. So we need to change according to time. So masalah dengan polisi kadang-kadang ni, polisi dibuat 10 tahun dulu oleh orang yang tak tahu menahu. Dan dia nak mati-mati mempertahankan polisi itu walaupun dah tak relevan dengan keperluan sekarang. Kan? So daripada segi sokongan kerajaan tu apa yang tidak ada sekarang ialah sebuah agensi untuk menyokong industri SBSR. Dalam industri perkapalan pun tak ada agensi. Mungkin yang paling dekat Ministry of Transport, Kementerian Pengangkutan. Yang ada jabatan setiausaha bahagian maritim yang look into these things. Tapi it's more on policy and on and also on dasar dan sebagainya. Tapi not so much on intervening in the market. So I think industri pun tak mahu government to intervene too much. Tapi at the same time there's a need for some kind of a policy lah untuk mengangkat martabat industri ini ke greater heights. So sama juga dengan mana-mana negara SBSR yang cemerlang dalam dunia ini tidak akan berjaya tanpa sokongan padu daripada kerajaan masing-masing, Korea, China dan sebagainya. Okay. Alright, any other questions sebelum kita tutup lantai ini dan pergi ke Starbucks beramai-ramai? Okay, going once, going twice, it's a wrap. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much, Ms.